incredible man. I only do things incredible can. Cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do. When you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat. Showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me. Cause that's who I am.
You hear them pads going click, 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 click. You hear them clicks going tap, tap, tap. 704 beats by Alex J. Yeah. First and 10. We in the trenches. You like the water cooler. You be on the benches. Think your team better, but they lack skill. First snap, I leave your backs in the backfield. Your quarterback scared, I see it in his eyes. Sent the receiver in motion, that's just a disguise. My linebackers, they stepping up. Clog a hole, no letting up. Taking on them big blocks. On fourth down, we get big stops. My secondary is balling out. Your offense keeps stalling out. How many yards? Like none at all. Call the special teams, come punt the ball and it's gone. And you never see me fair catch. I get a block and then I'm gone like a Learjet. My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win, we just came to win. Win, we just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We must protect this house. I'm in a huddle talking to the Hawks. We gonna run it down their throat soon as we get the ball. Come out and fire off the ball. We going on one. My skill position so proficient. Break for long runs. Come out running that option. That mean I got the option to keep that or pitch that. Defense they gotta fix that. Four receivers we spread them out in the shotgun. Hot reads I got some. My tight end so awesome. Touchdowns I toss some. We score 6, scoreboard that score 6. Respect the ball, we protect the ball. We don't fumble, no throw picks. I feed my linemen pancakes, so all they blocks are pancakes. Push you around like all night. End of the game, get your handshakes, huh? My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We must protect this house.
And welcome to the Throttle Powersports postgame show with Kevin, Chip, Will, and Dennis, and JP. Always, you have to give me a minute sometimes to get your names right because I'm still trying to get over the Saturday morning crew. So,
It's all right. Well, good evening, JP.
Thanks, JP.
For the folks listening on the radio, you're listening to the Full Throttle Powersports Western North Carolina prep football post-game show. We've had a great night here in round one of the high school football playoffs. I'm Kevin Hastings along with Chip Carter, Dennis Davis, Will Boykins is in the house. That introduction was from John Preisler, Mr. JP. And, of course, we've had all of our games tonight. Had 4 broadcasts here on KTC. We should have 6 next week here on KTC Broadcasting. A lot of scores, a lot of games. Got a couple of upsets. A lot of chalk tonight. But we did have some exciting games. We want to go over with that. We've got highlights from 6 area games here for you folks here on the post-game show. We've got highlights from Shelby, Cherryville, Hunter Huss, Mountain Island Charter. I need a sneak sheet. Where's my sneak sheet?
Who did Hunter Huss play?
Irwin.
The Irwin Warriors. Hadn't won a game all year. And come to Gaston County.
We won exactly 3. Thank you very much. Make it 4.
We got
Wait till next week.
We got highlights from West Lincoln. We've got highlights from Shelby, Cherryville, Mountain Island Charter, Fred T. Ford tonight, and highlights from Hunter Huss And so we've got highlights from all of those tonight. And
Oh, I'm sorry. I said that wrong. Go Tigers.
if you're watching online, for the folks listening on radio, you can watch the show live every Friday night. KTC Broadcasting on YouTube. Go to our ktcbroadcasting.com for all the links. So we've got, if you see the scores on your board, red scores are still live or active. We don't have anything final on those. All the black scores are officially final scores that we do have. I'm going to let Chip and Dennis and Will take it away to give you guys our updated scores.
All right. Oh, there we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome
Didn't mean to turn you off.
Welcome back.
Just me.
Mississippi State
He
has
wishes.
been a good football team in a long, long time. We're not going to take credit for doing the job that we supposed to be doing. Go Tigers.
Okay. Well, thanks, Coach O. Appreciate that. Well, that was almost as bad as Chip right there. All right. So again, you heard Kevin say the red scores we have not confirmed as final as of yet. Black scores are final. Those black scores include West Lincoln defeating North Wilkes 42-13. East Surrey over Polk County 35-15. Nice season, Wolverines. Union County defeats Charles D. Owen 24-14. Wheatmore defeats West Wilkes 21-14. The Shelby Golden Lions defend their turf against McMichael, which is located somewhere within the state of North Carolina, 70-14. Thomasville,
Richmond County.
Yeah, I know. I'm being facetious. Thank you, Coach Philip Russ. Mayodan, they're located in Mayodan, this north or a little north of Greensboro. Thomasville defeats Chase 14-7. The Cherryville Ironmen at home at Rudisville Stadium with the big win over South Stokes 55-12. We have Mountain Island bucking the Elks one more time 40-7. Hayesville defeats Highland Tech 41-7. North Rowan defeats Avery County 55-10. Two scores we have not confirmed as final as of yet. Hendersonville is up big on East Davidson 36-0, and West Davidson leading Madison 36-14. Take it away, Dennis.
All right. We've got West Stokes Wildcats beating Forbush tonight. Don't laugh, Chip.
I didn't say anything.
Okay. 39-3 for West Stokes. We have no score yet on the Lexington and West Stanley game.
They're too busy eating barbecue.
Yeah, Lexington style. Tuscola defeated, excuse me, East Burke tonight, 13-6. We have West Iredell over Ashe County tonight, 45-0. We have the Fred T. Ford Tigers. You want to do that, Chip?
Hey, guys, I've got go ahead. Fred T. Ford, go ahead.
What am I doing? Fred T. Ford defeats Lake Norman Charter 21-19.
Yeah.
First time in the playoffs in 17 years, the Ford Tigers win at home. How about them Fred T. Ford Tigers,
How about
baby?
Ford and Cherryville, man?
No, we're going to win this game. Congratulations, Ed. Go Tigers.
Well done.
So
Will.
I'm getting upset alert. I'm going to try to confirm this. 1-9 West Stanley on the road defeats Lexington 24-22 tonight. That's the rumor. That's the rumor. This is the guy says he's credited on CNN's NFL Network Prep Red Zone. So I'm going to go with his reporting that West Stanley has beaten Lexington 24-22. Until we hear something different, Chip, we're going to go with that one, okay?
Sounds like a plan.
I mean, he seems official. So 24-22, West Stanley. Here. All right, now, Dennis, your top part of your column is now complete with the final from Ford and theirs.
There you go. 24-22, West Stanley on that. Now, let's get back to the other scores. We've got North Surrey 40, Salisbury Hornets 26. Bandies, woo! Whoever's going to have to play them, 71-14
They look
At Stuart Kramer next week.
They look scary.
over South Rowan. And
Stuart
we've
Kramer
got
looks scary, too.
RS Central Hilltoppers. Hear it for the Hilltoppers, 48-6 over West Central.
Well done, RS.
All right, we had a call tonight from an RS Central former drone major who I didn't give him that score. But,
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, long story short, Albemarle Bulldogs 21, the Cherokee Braves 15. It was the Mitchell County in a still pending score 51-13 over Langtree. Will, you want to go ahead and say it?
Call that one. Go ahead and mark it black, y'all. That was over.
That's over.
That's over.
Okay. In a closer game, we have the St. Stephen's Indians 17. The what is that?
That's Mount Tabor.
Mount Tabor
Oh
14.
my God.
Mount Tabor Titans.
Yep, you got it. Okay, we've got the AC Reynolds Rockets. They're from up near you there, Chip. 56, and the Spartans 0.
Mount Tabor ties at 17-17 fourth quarter.
Ooh.
Don't guess we need to talk bad about no Tigers.
We
Will?
got ourselves a ball game.
Go Tigers. All right, it was the Irwin Warriors over the Hunter Huskies.
Say it one more time, Will.
The Irwin Warriors over the Hunter Huskies, 49-21. It was West Rowan over Southern Gifford, 41-23. West Henderson over East Rowan, 42-7. Lord mercy, I just seen this score and we was all cheering for them.
Whoa. Whoa.
I don't know what happened.
Ooh.
They got stung.
Yeah.
It was the
They got bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, more like
it
bit.
was the Concord
Thanks,
Spiders
JP.
over the
Coombe Webb.
Forest View Jaguars, 29-28. What a game! That's that. Montgomery Central 30, Carson 7, Forest Hill 40, Smoky Mount 28, Oak Grove 30, North Lincoln 8. Hats off to the North Lincoln Knights. Rough season. You lost your whole coaching staff. Just had to start all over again. Keep your heads up, guys. Stay with your coach. Congrats on your season.
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
I think that's the diplomatic thing to say, right?
North Henderson. Wait a minute. North Davidson Knights over North Henderson Vikings, 46-8. That threw me off for a second. I said, North.
You announcing that score went south.
Kings Mountain.
Here comes the quip of dad jokes, ladies and gentlemen.
Kings Mountain.
He'll be here all week.
Showing up in true county fashion. Thank you for bouncing back from your display of last week. Kings Mountain 28. Ben L. Smith 14. Statesville Hounds, Greyhounds that is, 28. Alexander Central 3. Central Cabarrus 38. South Gifford 10. Dudley 35 and Glenn 14.
St. Stephen's is in overtime with Mount Tabor. St. Stephen's scores to begin. They're up 24-17 on the Titans. The only other scores we don't have finals for, Mitchell and Langtree don't have the exact final score. Mitchell's going to win. Give me a minute, I'll get those. Hendersonville is going to be a winner over East Davis, and they're up 43-0. So there's your folks for watching at home. Yeah, well, I know it's over, but I can't final in the score.
Turn it black. It's over.
They might have already. It might be 60-0. We don't know. All right, we'll get those here in just a few minutes. We want to welcome everybody to the show. Those are your scores for tonight. I'm working on the matchups for next week. We'll go over those here in just a second, and your power poll standings where that's moved since tonight. But I do want to congratulate some of our local winners. You don't hear much here in the area a lot of times. The way a lot of people don't like the 8 teams getting buys, but what it has provided is some teams getting home games that they might not normally have. Fred T. Ford with a win at home tonight, 21-19. Congratulations to the Tigers and everyone up there that listens. How about the Ironmen winning tonight, 55-12 at home? Mountain Island Charter at home wins 40-7 over Elkin. So some home games there for some teams you normally might not see. Wesleyan gets a big win tonight, 42-13. Now, all these teams that are at home tonight, they're going on the road next week because there's 8 buys. so
Yeah.
You play at home tonight, you're on the road next week. Now, if you want to be on home the next week, but win next week. All right, folks, we're going to take a break, and we come back. We're going to talk Shelby football with Steve DeGree. We're going to talk Juwan with him and Brian maybe in just a few minutes when they show up from the Cherryville game, and more from KTC Broadcasting Studios here, ktcbroadcasting.com.
Did y'all win tonight?
Chevrolet in Shelby. But before we get into those, we got to talk about the great deals on the new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 trucks. Now get 2.9% APR financing for 72 months. Now back to the service. Saturday morning oil changes, $59.95. North Carolina inspections, $10 every day. Hey, pre-owned vehicles start at $9,900. Marburger Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, your hometown dealer, locally owned and operated, online at marburgerchevy.net.
You pull, you save money at Auto Parts U Pull and Scrap Metal in Shelby and Lincoln. And yes, they buy cars and trucks, any year, any size, any condition. They'll even come and tow your vehicle in. They might even buy your house. They also buy copper, aluminum, steel, cast iron, tin, and brass. See the king of parts. That's Auto Parts U Pull and Scrap Metal. Open 8 till 5, Monday through Friday at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Online at autopartsupull.com and see their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
Norris Merchandise in Shelby wants to take this time and say thank you to our veterans for your service to our nation. Whether you served for 4 years or 40 years, we thank you for everything you have done for our country. It's important for us to recognize and celebrate our heroes who have given his or her life to something bigger than oneself. This Veterans Salute is brought to you by Norris Merchandise, 2011 South Lafayette Street, 18 south of Shelby. Online at norrismerchandise.com.
Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain knows that our flag does not fly because of the wind that moves it. It flies with the last breath of each soldier who died protecting it. America's veterans have served our country with the belief that democracy and freedom are ideals to be upheld around the world. This memorial salute is from Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive in Kings Mountain. Online at tractorsusa.com. Call 704-259-6100.
Winston Churchill once said, "Never was so much owed by so many to so few." How true that is. Basic Finance in Shelby takes its time to salute our veterans. You have risked your life to protect our country and the world, and to make it a better place. This land will remain the land of the free only so long as it is the home of the brave. We thank you, veterans. This special veteran salute is from everyone at Basic Finance, 306 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, right across from Shelby High School. Remember, golf on Saturday, church on Sunday.
And we're back on the Throttle Powersports Show with the Mafia of KTC Broadcasting.
That's it. No names or nothing. Okay, all right.
No, my board's over there. My list is over there.
I was already getting pumped
I mean, we
up.
know Will is the hitman. We know Dennis is the Godfather. We know Steve's the enforcer. We know you're the fixer. You're the collector. I'm the fixer, and Kevin's the boss, and Calvin's the monitor.
Was that so hard?
No.
Look at that. You just went through the board for that.
You didn't even need. Yeah.
I was waiting for Will to say something so I could go through my whole menagerie.
I was already over here pumping.
It's like you needed motivation
I
or
was waiting
something,
for it
man.
to come out. Like
Very
that.
nice.
And I already done started pumping my fist. I was waiting for you to call out the hitman.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Full Throttle Powersports.
You enjoy that name way too much.
Hey, man, my Saturday morning name is pretty sweet, though. I like that one.
Yeah, green. Yeah, Chip Green Jacket Carter.
That's my dog right there. I love it. Thank you.
Y'all
you.
hillbillies.
Hey, I'll be a hillbilly in a green jacket any day. So welcome back, folks, to the Full Throttle Powersports of Little post-game show. Coach Steve Degree is in the house this evening after a resounding 70-14 victory by the Shelby Golden
Somebody out
Lions.
there thumping some pads.
Yeah. Tell Steve, Coach, give us your takedown and your thoughts on that game.
Well, fellas, at first, we got the ball first and we scored. And believe it or not,
Sounds like you did that quite a bit, Steve.
and believe it or not, they came down and scored and went for two, and they was winning 8-7.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think Kitchen ran the kickoff back, got us right back up, 14-7, and then Jonas took over. Jonas was the freshman. I think he had 5 carries, 156 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And Landy had all day to throw.
That's ungodly numbers. 5 carries, 156 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Those are gaudy numbers.
How many yards?
At least 156, I'd say. And
So he averaged 30 yards a carry. He averaged over 31 yards a
that
carry.
was only in the first half. He never,
Yeah.
and he never played the second half. And
Jeez.
That young man's a freshman, right?
he's a freshman.
Freshman.
Jeez.
Well, Brent talked about that tonight on the broadcast a little bit. So he talked to Coach Damon Scott a little bit, running backs coach, and he asked obviously with Tate being out, was he nervous with the young man being a freshman being there? And Tate said Damon did not seem concerned at all.
No.
And he certainly great opportunity for him to get some good playoff experience as y'all continue to ramp up and get deeper into the playoffs.
If you go back into our record books, we go back to Day when he played our number 14. Remember, guys, he almost had 1,000-yard rushing in the playoffs. So in the playoffs, when you really, really need to run the ball.
Yeah.
And we was throwing it, and sometimes we was catching, but then we decided to run the ball. So that's what they did. They ran it.
Mm-hmm.
And then also we brought in my little guy TT, number 11. He also scored 2 rushing touchdowns. It's looked like one time we ran the same play that we ran with Jonas.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, if you look at this, looked like everybody was standing still. He just took off, like he put it in another gear. It was just a great ball game. But only thing about that though, then is you had to bring your own juice, because there was nobody there from the other team.
Oh, we counted them.
And
Yeah.
I think it was more East Rutherford coaches there than it was.
Oh, really?
Than it was.
Fans.
Coach Russ over there on the other side taking some notes.
Well, just to be truthful, the other team didn't bring in. I think they only had maybe 25 players. Because one time I counted them to make sure it's maybe 25. They only had one bus for, and the coach said, before that he lost some, but so our guys had to bring their own juice tonight, So finally we got on track, had some turnovers, and special teams did a lot better this week, and our kickers made all their extra points. We even used Ash to kick, the freshman, and of course the other kicker, he's only a sophomore, and it was just a round game. But and Noah Gardner, guys, I think he had maybe 5 sacks. Didn't really play that many plays, but he had at least 5 sacks. And then we played another guy named his last name Sweeten, number Sweetland, number 47. He wasn't on the roster. It's a kid that moved in late. He done a real good job. Number 47. Then we tried to play everybody.
Where did he play at? What
He
position?
played defensive end.
Okay.
Yeah. And he done a real good job for. I told him after the game I was proud of the way they stepped up, because in practice they are your scout team.
Yeah.
And when you like Coach Wilbank said, when you get a chance, you have to play those kids and let them play, because sometimes you're only good as your scout team, because your scout team gives you a great look of what the other team going to do.
Right.
And those guys are very, very valuable. He tell them that's why we move you up, to give us a good scout look. And those guys, they did great. They did real good. I was real proud of them.
Yeah.
Speaking of bringing the juice, I remember the days when, back many years ago, Steve, you were probably just a little child at the time, but you had a coach up at East Rutherford who later became the superintendent of Shelby School.
Steve Curtis.
And Steve and the East Rutherford Cavaliers with Jolly and Dotson and a bunch of those guys beat y'all in the regular season, but then you turned around and beat them in the playoffs.
That was in 2005.
Okay.
That was they beat us in the regular season. They was the conference champs. Then we played them at East in the overtime, and Tavares Jolly scored the winning touchdown. In overtime. I think we beat them by 3 or 4. They was up by 4 or maybe, or they was up by 3, and it was 4th and goal at the 1, and so they decided to go for it, and Jolly scored, stuck the ball over, and that propelled us to go to the state championship, because we won the state that year. That was in 2005.
Well, what I'm getting at, Steve, is there's a long history between East Rutherford and Shelby. I remember some of those slobber knockers back in the 70s.
Right.
And that brings us to next week. You've given us the history. Give us your view of next week's game with these two current squads.
Well, I don't like to look ahead, fellas, but I was looking at some of the stats from East Rutherford, and they got the Pinkerton boys, the Pinkerton kids. I think Brandon and Matthew. They play both ways, and they got a good receiver, and I'm just anxious to see what we can do against them.
And a quarterback who's been in Phillips' system for a long,
Right.
since his
That's what I was
freshman
gonna say.
year.
I was just gonna say that.
They do score a lot of points. Now they was in a weak conference just like we were. You know, I think the only team that gave them some competition was High Brighton. I think that score was 43 to 34. I was looking at some of the scores, and of course they had Drone and East Burke and Chase and.
But this is also too, not to interrupt you, Coach. For these guys, for these young men, and the same goes for y'all's team, obviously, with how well y'all have done historically in the playoffs recently. But this is a battle-tested team, East Rutherford.
Yes.
And think
They're
about
not gonna lay down.
And they're battle-tested in season in the playoffs. Think about who they beat last year.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
This
a
is
team
same
that
team.
this is a
Same team,
team
man.
that beat Reedsville. So I mean, that's nothing. And this was the Reedsville team that everybody still thought was the team to beat. And this, when the classifications still were the way they were last year on this side of the state in that classification. So I think this is going to be a pretty good, pretty doggone good matchup.
It's playing up in East. That's a tough place to play too, because they really pack their stadium. You know what I'm saying? So it's only a 15-minute ride up to Ruffin County. So if you want to see a real good football game, even though I know the other counties game's gonna be good too, but I just think that the Shelby East Ruffin game is gonna be a real good, hard fought football game. And I had talked to Coach Russ before the game and his dad. You know, those guys. You know, they came to watch us. You know, I hope our kids gave them something to look forward to. But it's gonna be a good game, guys. And
well, I'm going to give a little traffic warning to all my Shelby friends. If you haven't traveled up towards Rutherford County, there's a change in the traffic pattern up there where you used to just veer off to the right and go the old 74 through Ellenborough and that way. Now they've closed off that particular entrance, and you have to go on up the road and probably take the 120 exit.
And then come back across the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
You got it, Steve.
Right.
And then head on up there to make your turn to go into East Rutherford. Right. But if you're looking at the old way of going, don't be confused.
Right. And also, you know, that, like I said, that's a hard place to play. You know, we just gotta start practicing Monday for that team, and you know, hope we, you know, I know our coaches will get a great game plan, and our kids just have to go out next.
Oh yeah, they'll be working on film tomorrow morning early.
Real quick, I think we have a call. One of our first callers already in. Jeff Miller's on the line. If he's still on with us, Jeff, you there?
Yes, sir.
How's it going this evening, my friend?
Oh, it's going great.
All right, where were you this evening?
Well, I took a poll, you know, which two games I should go to or which one of the two. It was between Forest U and Concord or Hunter Huss and Irwin. Well, Hunter Huss's poll won by 2 votes, so that's where I went tonight.
So you were my eyes and ears at my alma mater this evening as Irwin came down the mountain. Is that what I'm hearing?
Correct.
So give us your breakdown of that game, kind of your thoughts about it. Looks like Irwin got in control early and was able to basically maintain momentum throughout the game.
Oh, yes. I mean, Irwin's offense just basically made things look easy in the first quarter. Their quarterback, Engel, got 2 touchdown runs, and right after that, Hunter House tried to get back into it, but then threw an interception that was returned for a touchdown that made it 21-0. And then Engel scored a passing touchdown and make it 28-0, and then 35-0 midway through the second quarter. But then Hunter Huss was able to get on the board to avoid the running clock by a long touchdown pass to keep it 35-6, and then Irwin drove deep down into Hunter Huss territory, got to the Husky 3-yard line where their quarterback was intercepted, and that was one of the last plays of the first half, so no running clock in the second half. And then Hunter Huss got the ball to open the second half and cut Irwin's lead again to 35-14. But Irwin would keep making life difficult for Hunter Huss, 42-14, and then Huss would cut the lead again to 42-21. But once again, Irwin would shut the door as their running back, their freshman running back, would make it 49-21, and that's basically all she wrote. Irwin got close again with just minutes left in the fourth quarter, but they just chose to, play the clock and didn't really bother scoring, and Hunter Huss just couldn't get anything going. And I heard Huss had a lot of injuries tonight, so that might be why Hunter Huss came out flat. And then I see that my alma mater, Forest View, lost 29-28 to Concord.
Yeah, I think they were up 22-7 at one point, I believe, in that game too, Jeff, and Concord was able to come back. We've got Kevin's pulling up some highlights for us from the Irwin Hunter Huss game. Irwin's offense was supposed to be very, very talented coming into this season. They've obviously, I think, compared to what their preseason predictions were, they've underperformed. Now they've had a couple of tough. Thank you, Kevin. They've had a couple of tough, or their schedule's been pretty tough this year. Losses that they've had. They've played Mountain Heritage. Brevard's had a great season. Watauga, AC Reynolds, and Asheville. Those are the teams that generally play historically well, and those are all losses. They had a tough opening week one loss to West Henderson. Lost that by one score, and then overtime. Their first victory was in overtime against Hendersonville. They had one big against Inca. Lost to Asheville by one score. Lost to AC Reynolds by one score. The one big loss that really kind of made sense was TC Robertson, but then they won big at North Buncombe. So they've been in most of these games that they should have been, but their record definitely doesn't speak to how well this offense was touted coming into the season. Again, as you mentioned, Caden Engel, their quarterback, and also Lawson Reynolds is wide receiver. I actually went to school with Lawson's dad. Lawson, I believe, I understand correctly, is being recruited. I'm not sure exactly where he's decided to go to school, but he's being recruited to play in college. He's a talented young receiver or veteran receiver, high school wise. So this offense, it can put up points. Honestly, if you want to ask me who it reminds me of, it reminds me a little bit of Phillips' team in East Rutherford. They move the ball very well. They can pass the ball very well. Now, I think he's used Phillips has used Brandon Pinkerton out of the backfield quite extensively this year as well. But this is an Irwin team that can move the ball down the field. They like to use the intermediate routes as kind of like a West Coast style offense. And when they're completing those passes, this offense can hum. And I think we kind of saw it at its full potential tonight.
And they've I saw a bunch of talent on that team, and I was thinking to myself, how are they 3-7?
Yes, I think a lot of people are asking that, and I've not had the chance to watch them this year, but I've not had a chance to watch them an entire game, I should say, this year. I've not had a chance to head home and watch them, but yeah, this was a team that was supposed to be, and again, you got to remember last year and before the reclassification, they were the number one ranked seed in their on this side of in their classification, I think in the 3A. And they got shut out by a West Charlotte team that now, Irwin went to 5A, but West Charlotte's now 8A this year. It's not like they just went one classification higher than Irwin. They were 8A and defeated this Irwin team. But I think obviously the record shows that the Warriors have, based on the talent that they've shown they have, underperformed in the regular season. They might be hitting their stride now. As you said, sounds like Hunter Huss might have been a little undermanned.
Jeff, I've got a question for you. You're in a unique position. You've seen Irwin play tonight. I know you're familiar with their opponent next week of South Point. Give us a little insight into that coming game next week.
Good question,
between
Dennis.
Irvin and South Point.
Good question.
Well, I think Irwin might be able to hurt South Point in the secondary with the passing game. South Point typically plays pretty well against the run. Irwin, I think, is going to struggle against South Point's triple option offense.
Yep.
I really don't think they'll be able to stop or contain that. They're going to need at least one stop in each half to, get the win. And it's going to be a much tougher road ahead for Irwin. Now, I mean, the defense is going to have to be opportunistic and try and force a turnover. And when South Point, occasionally South Point does put the ball on the ground. So when they do that, Irwin better capitalize. Otherwise it's bye-bye.
This team, and I agree with that consensus, almost spot on. Jeff, I think this Irwin team reminds me a little bit of the team that they made the playoffs back in 2011, a very highly talented team. First time they made a deep run in the playoffs since the 80s when they competed for the state title. They came in and played Kings Mountain at Kings Mountain, and that was a shootout. That Kings Mountain team and that Irwin team both were able to put the ball in the air effectively, and it was basically who could put more points, who could complete more deep passes and put more points on the board. Irwin was able to do it that night. They won their next game, and then 2 rounds later, their season ended at Crest, and it was exactly kind of the exact similar game plan. Obviously, Crest wasn't running the option, but it was just Irwin was going to have to put up enough points to keep up with Crest, and Crest just dominated them in the interior line. Irwin was not able to establish that line of scrimmage offensively. They weren't able to give their quarterback Garrett Brown enough time. I think that's going to be a key point for Irwin to even have a chance to compete against South Point next week. They had a great game this week, but it's a whole other ball game next week going into Belmont, and trying to stop that option, and then giving their offense and giving Engle enough time to move the ball down the field, because they're going to have to put the points up on the board to keep up with Belmont, to keep up with South Point.
And that was 15 years ago. This coming weekend, that Irwin beat South Point 53-52. I think the final score was.
Yes.
That was the high-scoring game I think you were referring to. And then the next round, Irwin travels to Crest and gets manhandled.
Yeah. So it'll be curious. I mean, again, that don't let the record. The record, I think, does not speak to the talent that Irwin has on that roster. Again, you're talking about a team that came in as the number 1 seed in their classification last year, and a lot of those players returned this year. But again, and this is an alum speaking. It's going to be a tall order for them to go into Belmont next week and hang with the Red Raiders.
Yeah, because you're down 14 already.
There you go. So go ahead, Jeff.
It would have been a nice birthday gift for me. Of course, you would have held on to beat Concord.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. So, do you know where you're going to head next week?
Well, I'll be in Texas next week.
Okay.
We're taking a vacation. I'm going down there to see a family member that I haven't seen in a while, and this was like one of very few chances I would get to do that. So. Unfortunately, I'll miss round 2 and round 3 of the playoffs, but I should be back in time enough for round 4.
No, yeah, you don't have to apologize, man. Family's family. We completely get it. Well, thanks for calling in, Jeff. We appreciate it. Hey, safe travels. Be careful, and we'll talk to you when you get back into the state, okay?
Hey, thank you all very much.
All right, that was Jeff Miller. We're going to take a break. You're listening to the Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell post-game show. When we come back, we'll listen to see if anybody else call in to speak. If not, we'll also talk a little bit more with Coach Degree and look at some of these other games. You're listening to the Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell post-game show here on KTC Broadcasting.
Main Street Hardware in Lawndale is your one-stop shop for everything you'll need to prepare your yard for the growing season. Seed, mulch, pine bark, spreaders, and more. And they carry the best Case knives, Milwaukee tools, Georgia boots, Valspar paint, and Red Max yard equipment, plus rocking chairs. But don't take our word for it. Head to Main Street Hardware, 356 East Main Street in Lawndale. Open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Find them on Facebook, too. Oakwood Homes in Shelby wants to thank our veterans for their bravery and for defending our freedom. We owe you a debt of gratitude, but more than that, we owe you for our freedom. There's no way to thank our veterans for everything they sacrificed for our freedom. We can only say thank you for a job well done. This Veterans Salute is from everyone at Oakwood Homes, 1839 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at oakwoodhomesofshelby.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
For over 35 years, Forest City Heating and Air have been keeping the folks here in Rutherford County comfortable year-round. They are a trained heating and cooling specialist, licensed, bonded, and insured, and they offer preventative maintenance programs. Call Forest City Heating and Air for ductless air conditioning and furnaces. Give them a call at 828-245-1379, 245-1379. Forest City Heating and Air, 457 South Broadway, Forest City.
Walker's Plumbing in Kings Mountain wants to take this time to salute our veterans and say thank you for serving our country and protecting our freedom. Your courage will never be forgotten. You are the reason we live in a land of freedom and liberty, and we honor all those who have served, men and women. We are grateful today and every day. This Veteran Salute is brought to you by Walker's Plumbing, located at 308 West King Street, Kings Mountain. Call 980-291-2352 for all your plumbing needs.
She didn't just visit the sick and poor. She moved in with them. It wasn't convenient and it wasn't pretty, but they needed help. 12 more then joined this saint of the gutters. They were soon followed by over 4,000 other nuns who gave healing care in orphanages, AIDS hospices, and charity centers. Mother Teresa couldn't do it all, but she gave her all. Compassion is in you. Now pass it on from passiton.com.
And we're back on KTC Broadcasting on the Full Throttle Powersports post-game show with Chip, Steve, Will, and Dennis.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, JP.
Yes.
Good deal. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Real quick, we'll run down the scores here that we've got. I think we have somebody getting ready to call in, but real quick, I'll run down. Oh, okay, good deal. Well, as JP gets David queued up, I'll run down these scores real quick for everybody. So switch this over as you can get a view of us there on the film. Finals, and we have all finals across the board now after that last break. And speaking of, we'll get to this. Final score, an overtime. It looks like Mount Tabor attempted to go for 2 against St. Stephen's and did not convert it. Either that or they tried to just kick an extra point and it got blocked. St. Stephen's defeats Mount Tabor in overtime 24-23. That's our final. That's the last score we have turned to black on the scoreboard. So all of these are finals now. I'll run down them real quick. West Lincoln defeats North Wilkes 42-13. Hendersonville shuts out East Davidson 50-0. It was the West Davidson Dragons over Madison 36-14. East Surrey defeats Polk County 35-15. Union County defeats Charles D. Owen 24-14. Wheatmore over West Wilkes 21-14. Shelby with the big win over McMichael 70-14. Thomasville defeats Chase 14-7. Cherryville Ironman at Rudelsville Stadium defeats South Stokes 55-12. Congratulations, Ironman. Mountain Island Charter defeats the Bucking Elks of Elkin 40-7. Hayesville defeats Highland Tech 41-7. It's North Rowan over Avery County 55-10. West Stokes defeats Forbush 39-3. West Stanley hangs on to defeat Lexington 24-22. Tuscola defeats East Burke 13-6. Tough loss for Coach Coggle's team. West Iredell blanks Ashe County 45-0. Fred T. Ford defeats Lake Norman Charter 21-19. North Surrey over Salisbury 40-26. Bandy's defeats South Rowan 71-14. RS Central wins over Wilkes Central 48-6. Albemarle over Cherokee 21-15. Mitchell wins big over Lane Tree Prep 51-13. St. Stephen's in overtime defeats Mount Tabor 24-23. AC Reynolds blanks South Caldwell 56-0. Clyde A. Irwin comes down to Gaston County and defeats the Huskies of Hunter Huss 49-21. West Rowan over Southern Guilford 41-23. West Henderson defeats East Rowan 42-7. After being down 22-7, Concord comes back on Forest View and defeats them 29-28. Sorry about that, Jeff Miller. Montgomery Central over Carson 30-7. Forest Hills over Smoky Mountain 40-28. Oak Grove over North Lincoln 30-8. North Davidson over North Henderson 46-8. Kings Mountain hangs on to defeat Ben L. Smith 28-14. It's Statesville over Alexander Central 28-3. Central Cabarrus defeats Southeast Guilford 38-10. And Dudley defeats Glenn 35-14. And I believe we have David Potter on the line. David, you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Good evening, my friend. How's it going this evening?
Oh, not too bad.
Yeah, so you were out at a...
You have to drive over to Lexington area, so
good. There you go. I enjoy it. Very good. Well, tell us a little bit about the game this evening. You had West Lincoln, is that right?
That's correct.
All right. So you're going to take it on the Vikings in North Wilkes. West Lincoln victorious 42-13. Why don't you give us the breakdown on that game?
Well, North Wilkes are coming into the game. They'd lost 4 of their last 5 games. The only team they had beaten was the Bucking Elks of Elkin. So,
thank you for the reference.
I said that several times tonight. Didn't screw up once. So
Well done.
No
Well done.
culture for me.
Glad you could keep your job.
There we go.
Glad we can keep our license.
Pardon me?
I'd say we're glad the FCC didn't come down on us because of you.
There we go. So North Wilkes came out of the gate, took the first play from scrimmage. The quarterback, Trey Hutchinson, went around the left side and ran 68 yards untouched in the end zone. You're thinking, oh, boy, here we go. But that was the last time they scored until the last play of the game. In between there, West Lincoln, not counting the drive they had right before halftime where they didn't have much time to get anything going, they scored on 6 straight possessions. They just kept running down the field. I mean, chunk yardage all over the place. It looked like the West Lincoln we're used to seeing.
Yeah. We're showing some clips right now, David. We're showing great Ponder getting West Lincoln on the scoreboard here. He looked like he had himself a good game.
Yeah, he was our player of the game. He had 20 carries for 143 yards, 3 touchdowns, and caught a 2-point conversion. So good night for Gray, and then also T.J. Stratford, 9 carries for 93 yards. So a lot of chunk plays for West Lincoln. I think they had a dozen plays that were double-digit yardage or more. So they just kept and they kept the ball away from North Wilkes for the most part. I didn't keep time of possession, but I'd love to go back and figure out what it was because they had a 13-play, 95-yard drive that went for about 7.5 minutes. They had another one that was over 8. So the West Lincoln we're used to seeing, they threw the ball only 3 times all game. They didn't need to because they were just running it so well. Why change if something's working?
I mean, that's like you said, and you and I have watched them earlier this year, David, together. This is West Lincoln's. This is standard West Lincoln offense right here. Just and Ponder and Stratford are just such a good 1-2 punch. And we watched Stratford taking this one in for a touchdown, his first score of the game, a little spin move there to finish it off as we watched some of the highlights. But I mean, if they and we've mentioned it and talked about it all year long. With them, so much of their success comes down to if they can control the line of scrimmage, specifically on offense. If their offensive line can dictate can impose their will on the opposing team and on the front 7 of the defense, and give Ponder and Stratford room to kind of set the corner or find the lane and give them a lane to run through. That's their MO, and they're gonna succeed based on how many times and how often and how consistently they can do that in a game.
Yeah, and the thing that Scott pointed out during the broadcast is you think of T.J. Stratford as a speed guy. He gets the outside corner and takes off. But there were several runs tonight Ponder did that weren't inside. They were outside, and he has good speed as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
he's more suited to run inside, but then Stratford had some runs between the tackles, not going around the outside, and they were really good runs.
Yeah, actually seeing a pass play touchdown here to Cole Carpenter for West Lincoln. So, like you said, it's one of the few passes they had. But when you run, take it all the way down the field and run plays, and the defense doesn't expect you to pass it, I don't guess. But I mean, like you said, that 95-yard drive, that's patented West Lincoln offense. Just no, and you said they had some good chunk plays. That's just that again, the offensive line should stay. Set in control of the line of scrimmage and being able to move the defense and giving Ponder and Stratford and that offense just a chance to move the ball down the field consistently.
Yeah, just went back and checked 13 plays of 10 yards or more.
Yeah.
Longest play was 29.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean they just keep coming at you. They're very relentless.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. So, all right. Well, West Lincoln is victorious, 42-13. Any other thoughts or anything else you can think of, or did you had a chance to look at? I don't know if we had a chance to look at the brackets yet. Do we know who West Lincoln might be taking on next week?
Yeah, they're going to go to Mountain Heritage, take on the number 1 seed.
Congratulations! home game, and then you take on Mountain Heritage.
Yeah, and then let's see, Hendersonville is going to Lincolnton, and West Henderson, who we saw last year during North Lincoln's run, we went up there for a ball game, not too long after Helene, so still you can see quite a bit of damage up there. But West Henderson playing well again. They're supposed to come down and play East Lincoln next Friday night. So those are the Lincoln County games. North Lincoln season's over, as you mentioned. Total turnover of the coaching staff. 26 seniors graduated, and Shannon Wingate transferred to Maiden. So there was a lot of change going on for North Lincoln, and tough year, but I think they'll rebound next year.
I was about to say, you just got to chalk this one up to a transition year, and just hopefully, and again, the coaching staff kind of push and reset. Let's see what they can do once they've had a year to reestablish the culture and what they want to do and how they want to establish things. Looking at West Lincoln going to Mountain Heritage. Mountain Heritage is supposed to, they've been such a dominant team in their classification for years. They were kind of looked at, and I kind of look at them similar, maybe not, definitely not as much firepower, but very similar to Hickory. Everybody's like, oh, they're supposed to have lost something this year or something. Talking to some of the folks up in the mountains, that Mountain Heritage is supposed to be that way. Yeah, they might have lost something, but it ain't much. They're still a stout team, and there's a reason they're ranked number 1.
Yeah, there's a good reason for it.
So we'll see what we'll see.
Next week,
go ahead, Dave.
We've got 3 Lincoln County teams in action. We'll see which one we end up at. Chances are it might be East Lincoln.
All right. Yeah, good deal. Well, David, we appreciate it as always. Who do the Sooners play tomorrow?
They got a bye.
Oh, good. That's good for y'all.
They
made me eat my words last week. So there you go. I picked you. I picked against you 2 weeks in a row, and I paid for it last week. So there you go.
Well, you're 1-1, so that's not too bad. But they play Alabama, Missouri, and LSU minus Brian Kelly. And that's the last 3 games. That's the fourth quarter of the season.
There you go. Not an easy way to wrap up the season. We'll see how they finish it up. So, all right, Dave. Hey, we appreciate it as always. Have yourself a good weekend. We'll catch up with you soon. Okay.
All right. Okay. We'll talk to you next week.
Got it. Thanks. That's David Potter, ladies and gentlemen, tuning in. Also joining us. I'm glad to see he is celebrating, keeping his hat on straight, and able to look me square in the eye. Not too much partying, not too much craziness over there at Rudisville Stadium, but fresh off of a home victory. We've got Juwan Wilson and the Cherryville Ironmen victorious tonight at home, 55-12 against South Stokes. Juwan, give us your breakdown. You and Brian Free, y'all sounded like y'all were just having a party.
Oh yeah, it was a party tonight. It started at 4:35 o'clock today. The community came out. KTC came out.
That's a fun little tailgate, man.
Absolutely, it gave it like a real college vibe to it, game day type vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful thing. I did get to take a picture with my Cherryville versus Bessemer championship belt. Yep, I sure did.
Nice.
But yeah, man, it was a good game. They started off a little slow in the first couple series. Cherryville did score off a touchdown interception by Elijah Proctor. After that, they had 6 punts between the two on the next 6 series.
The punt there, South Stokes punts though was y'all's best. Was like what Cherryville's best offense there for a little bit.
Absolutely, it worked out good for us.
So, we're watching some of the highlights right now. Here's a pickup. I think that might be a fumble pickup and run back for Cherryville going up 20-0. How many turnovers did South Stokes have in the first half? It was at least 3 or 4, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. It was. They started off interception, then they turned the ball over right after the interception.
Okay.
And then that's when they all started punting. But this right here was a fumble recovery by Elijah Proctor. He ran it back 35, 40 yards, something like that. He had a monster game tonight.
Mm-hmm. So this is fun to me. Here's the.
Yeah,
Kevin out.
That's
The
the
block
punt
punt
right there.
Was that Jaden that caught that?
Yeah, that was Jaden Adams.
Loved it.
Yeah,
I think we got interviewed by WISC earlier, and I think I called him Jaden Daniels. So, but I don't think he would mind that necessarily. But no, that young man, it's fun to watch him get further and further integrated into this team and into this offense, and on the defense and on special teams.
Yes, sir. He had 2 interceptions tonight. This one he returned for the touchdown. He had a good game tonight as well, especially defensively. We knew that it was he was my player to watch.
Good call.
At the pregame show.
Good call.
Because we knew that South Stokes was going to throw the ball a lot, so
Yep.
we knew it was going to come down to our cornerbacks stepping up tonight.
Very cool. Well, that's that definitely that blocked punt goes straight up in the air, and Adams is right there to catch it out of the air and runs it all the way back for a touchdown. Great timing on that. Just great.
Man,
That's fun to
run.
watch, and
Yes,
that puts
sir.
Cherville up 26-0. They are well in control. And Jawan and Brian were just ecstatic on the radio listening to this. We could tell y'all were having a great time. I would agree with y'all listening to everything. I think you might have even said it in the post game. You or Brian, one or the other. I didn't get it. Obviously I wasn't there. I wasn't watching, but just from listening to y'all's call, I don't know if we've seen a Cherville team play the way they played tonight in years.
Yeah,
So-
I haven't. Like I always say, I played for Cherville. I watched a lot of Cherville football, even when I wasn't playing, and I've never seen it go like this before.
Well, it was certainly fun to be at, get a home win in the playoff atmosphere. It doesn't get much better than that. So this is the time. We've talked about it all year long, Jawan, about this program and the rebuilding that they've started last year, and the momentum they went from 2 or 3 wins last year. You see the progress that they're making, a 500 season this year, and this is the dividends that you get from it when your team. Look at the success we're having. We've got ourselves a home football game. And Kevin made a good point in the last segment that he was on. And we've talked about this playoff format and all this seeding and all the reclassification and all of our frustrations and just how this frapping confusing and everything that goes along with it. If there's one benefit to this that Kevin shined a light on it, and I'll give credit to, because of all these blame buys that I don't necessarily know if I agree with, but one positive byproduct of it is we've got a lot of teams, and I would put Cherville right there in this mix, that got to host a home playoff football game that probably otherwise wouldn't have been able to do so. And so I think that's awesome, and it's fantastic to be able to get to see the Ironmen do this at Rudisell Stadium for their fans. And I think this really is going to hopefully continue to build that just reinforce that culture even further going forward the rest of this year and going into the years to come.
Oh yeah, well I definitely believe that, because everybody who scores the touchdowns for us this year, they're all returning next year.
I see. I couldn't remember what our senior class looked like. So Jackson will be back next year.
Jackson will be back.
Now
the whole backfield.
McElhaney's coming back. I know Jaden's just a sophomore.
Yep.
So now is Najee, is he a junior or is
He's
he
a junior. He'll be
okay?
back
So
as well.
that's all. Yeah.
We'll lose the big boys on defense. Number 21. I think we'll lose Pruitt. I think we'll lose Harris, which they're major for our defense.
Right,
so we will lose them next year. We got to figure out how we're going to replace them on defense, but offensively, we're going to be okay.
They've got a lot of speed, it sounds like. So if we can get some size to be able to continue to maintain that interior line, both on the offensive and defensive side, I think you could see a lot of – and just having another year of playing together, working together, getting familiar with the offense, being able to read each other. And I've used this – continue to use this comparison until I'm blue in the face. Just head over to Rutherford County, ask Philip Russ, ask Landon Flynn, and ask the Pinkerton brothers all the years that they've played together and how they probably know what each other's going. They know what each other's going to eat for breakfast every morning at this point. So I mean, just having that familiarity with your teammates is going to pay dividends for this team going.
Yes,
yeah,
sir. It
absolutely,
helps a lot.
absolutely. So in any sport, but football especially. So very cool, Jawan. Well, who does Cherville have up next week?
Who does Cherville have up next week?
They got to go to Starmount.
So that's a Starmount. Kevin, I think Tom and then mentioned it a little bit in the pregame shows. Historically, a stout team. That's a tough program. I believe Greg Lloyd was up there for a couple years, wasn't he? So that's that's no slouch program.
I think it's up near Winston-Salem somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's up towards
something like that.
Yeah.
Yadkinville, somewhere in that area.
kind of up near where, probably close to where the team that came, who played y'all.
They in Rockingham County.
Yeah,
We played tonight with some Rockingham.
Yeah, Mayodan, right? That's their hometown.
Yeah.
All that area, they're starting to run together. So that's right. So, North Carolina Athletic Association don't know we exist down here. So there you go. We can play the same game up there. But very cool, Jawan. Well, awesome. So they're heading up to Starmount. I guess we'll more than likely you and Brian might have a little bit of a trek ahead of you for next weekend. That guy's back. Who did y'all play? Who was the first? What was week 1 this year?
Oh, week 1 was North Stokes.
Yeah, right.
It was 2 hours 45 minutes.
Yeah, so you get your mileage in this week.
Yeah.
You get your freaking
This
flyer
one I think
miles.
is only going to be about an hour and a half.
So not too bad.
That's not too bad.
Okay, that's good. I love your perspective, man. That's good to
I'll
hear.
take it.
That's good to hear. Awesome.
See helicopter this week.
That would be nice, right?
Get the sponsor. I love
Maybe
it.
Kevin will let me drive the Corvette.
There you
Get
go.
up there real
Hey,
fast.
take him, Large Marge.
Yeah,
Take the pink Cadillac up there.
Yeah.
That'd
Take
be-
the pink Cadillac.
That'd be good. All right, Juwan. Anything else you can add, or anything? Any final thoughts?
You get,
I
if
would
you get
just
tired,
like
you
to
can always go to sleep.
absolutely. Yeah, I like to get so
Stretch it out.
I just want to give a shout out to Elijah Proctor, 223 all-purpose yards tonight. He had 51-yard.
Every time we tuned y'all in, it sounded like y'all were saying his name.
Yeah,
and I think y'all were getting a kick out of it, basically.
Well, when it was 20-0 in the first quarter, all the points were his, including two 2-point conversions. So
I'm glad I had him on my fantasy team.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there'd have been a lot of points tonight.
That's right. So good deal. Well, Juwan, thanks so much. And again, great game, Elijah Proctor. Great game, Cherryville Ironman. Well done. Congratulations. Home playoff victory. Soak this in. Enjoy it. You've got an opponent next week, but enjoy this one tonight and get back to work next week.
Juwan, I got a question.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Steve.
When is the last time as Cherryville, St. Stephen's, and Fred T. Ford all won a home game?
Oh, man. I definitely would be
that
the one
amazing?
to get.
That's great for the kids.
Absolutely it is.
Yes.
Yeah, man. A lot of parity. I like it. Like what you saying with the playoffs, sometimes some of these teams just need a chance.
Yes.
You know, and Cherryville, they fought hard this year. They got their chance. They took the most of it. And we're gonna roll with it.
Some of this watered down playoffs that I have issues with. It's like, well, we've almost turned the playoffs into participation trophy award for everybody. But I'm not saying that about Cherryville. Cherryville worked their way into a 500 season. Some stiff competition this year as well. They earned their way into the playoffs this year, and I'm grateful that they were able to. Again, one positive byproduct of all these buys in the first week is some of these schools being able to host a home playoff game. Love it, and I'm grateful for Cherryville to be able to do that. That is one positive thing. Although I'm fairly confident the North Carolina Athletic Association wasn't thinking about that because they don't think about logical decisions when they make these things up.
And to Juwan, even though Cherryville, some of them games they was outmanned. They still play hard, man.
They play hard.
Them kids. I was telling them the coach from last year, man, they play hard, man.
Yes, sir.
I mean, and they got Coach Bowman from, he's from a winning program over there at Crest, so the kids buying in what he's doing, so they playing hard.
Absolutely.
They can go up there and upset. Anybody can get upset. I think then that team 1-9 win tonight or something. Then they said some team upset somebody tonight. They was like 1-9.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think what score that would have been.
I think Kevin said something about it. So you can get beaten any
Yes,
given night.
Absolutely, yes, sir. And another
Lexington.
thing about,
West Stanley defeating Lexington 24-22. I think that was an upset. West Stanley was not supposed to beat Lexington, from what Kevin researched.
Yeah, and speaking about Coach Bowman, he walks with confidence, so he bleeds that back into the kids, man. Even when I talk to him, when I usually interview him on Thursdays before the game, he makes me want to go out there and suit up.
Yeah.
So big shout out to him too.
Yes.
Well, and hats off to you and Brian both today on a good season and being the voice of the Ironman on 92.9 and for the KTC broadcasting family. It's a neat thing. It's our local team right here, right down the road from the studio. Awesome for us to be able to do the pregame show there on site this evening. Appreciated Tom Sinafani, Jakari Shell joining Brian and Ken and let me hop in late there to join him as well. It was fun, great environment, glad I got to run up and see you and Brian before the game. It was a neat atmosphere, fun day, and what a way to cap it off with a victory. So that's really cool. Enjoy this, soak this in this weekend, and then get ready to try to give Starman a good game next Friday.
Yes, sir.
All right, Juwan. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Bring them back down the road.
There you go.
Absolutely.
All right, folks, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll touch on some more of these games and maybe look through the week ahead, see if anybody else calls in. We'll also, I'm sure Kevin will show us some highlights, maybe see some Hunter Hust Irwin highlights later on. But we'll be right back. You're listening to Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell postgame show on KTC Broadcasting.
From the KTC Broadcasting Weather Center, here's your forecast for Cleveland and Gaston counties. Partly cloudy tonight with a chance of scattered showers after midnight. Lows in the lower 50s. Mostly sunny on Saturday. Highs in the mid-70s. A chance of showers and thunderstorms Saturday night with lows in the mid-50s, then a chance of showers Sunday morning. From the KTC Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Johnny Cottle for WOHS and WCSL.
Currently from the KTC Broadcasting Studios, it's 11:05, and the temperature is 58 degrees.
To get that high grass cut down, you need an attack cat. Like a new Bobcat mower from Hojo Outdoor Power in Shelby. Jump on that grass with a new Bobcat. Come check out their line of Bobcat zero-turn mowers with financing at 0% for up to 48 months. There's nothing like a Bobcat. From Hojo Outdoor Power, 110 Grigg Street off South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at hojopower.com. Like them on Facebook too. Hojo Outdoor Power is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Closed Saturday and Sunday.
Robert Ingersoll once said, he loves his country best who strives to make it best. At this time, Austin Bridges Barbecue in Shelby wants to take this time and salute our veterans. We owe you everything. There's a certain enthusiasm in liberty that makes human nature rise above itself in acts of bravery. Our veterans are our heroes. This veteran salute is being brought to you by Austin Bridges Barbecue, located at 620 Grover Street in Shelby. Call now and order your barbecue for the holidays.
Happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans, past and present, from Pretty Areas Boutique in Shelby. Our country is filled with promise for tomorrow because of a history shaped by heroes like you. And a special veteran salute to their father, Walter Gene Haney, who served in the military police for the U.S. Army, and to Uncle Homer Soulsby, who was the Chief Petty Officer in the U.S. Navy, and grandfather Lawrence Toby Thomas, who was a military policeman for the U.S. Army. This special veteran salute is brought to you by Pretty Areas Boutique, 1606 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Like them on Facebook too.
And we're back on the Full Throttle Powersports post-game show with Kevin, Dennis, Will, Steve, and Chip, and JP.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Full Throttle Powersports post-game show. I'm Kevin Hastings, along with Steve DeGree, Dennis Davis, Will Boykins in the house. That we just talked to Jawan Wilson and David Potter, and we talked to Jeff Miller, who didn't go to his alma mater, who almost won in Concord tonight. He snuck off and did the Huss Irwin game, and then
I think he probably had more fun at that gun. They might have pulled it off at him out there hollering.
He'd have had a good team. I know, right? So for the folks on Saturdays,
oh dear.
We
didn't have nothing to do
for the
with
folks
this, Will.
listening. For the folks listening tonight on the radio and watching tonight's show, Saturday morning sports talk we do every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. and we have a segment on it. And a lot of people don't do a lot of sports shows. They get on, they braggadocious. We know everything. We can predict the world. Here's our picks. But we like to go back and show when we make bad picks, Steve. And this week, Mr. Boykins has had a time the past few weeks having to wear other teams' jerseys and hats. He came in last Saturday with the Packers stuff on, all dressed up, nice and pretty. And he had some words for Mr. Davis. So we're going to play those words.
I had nothing to do with this, Will. This is all your Saturday morning crowd.
And we're going to see how we'll. Now, we're not. So this is a preview of our bad picks segment. So we're only going to play the first about minute and a half of it.
Again. Let me have your head again.
We're gonna have to play about the first minute and a half. Tune in tomorrow to watch the whole thing because you get 5 minutes of Will's bad picks.
Will, once you be like me, just be quiet.
We've tried to tell him.
Do it.
Once you start talking, it gets worse.
Yeah.
So, all right. Here is List Saturday's bad picks featuring Will Boykins.
Will the three.
Bad picks.
Stand and cheer for the Panthers. Stand and cheer for the team. The pride.
Panthers at Packers. We're gonna let you start again. He's gonna pick. I don't know what he's doing. He's got his sequined cup in here.
That's real cute. It's real cute.
Go Pack, go. Go Pack, go. Hey, speaking of,
yeah, what you got?
Mr. Dennis Davis.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna look good next Friday night in this Green Bay Packers jersey.
He wouldn't make that bet, would he?
Who?
Dennis, did he make that bet?
Nah, he did, and he was kind of leaning toward it, so I'm going ahead and lean on him now. Go ahead and put it in the air. We leaning on Dennis.
I don't know if he wants
Just
to
tell him it's a Crest jersey. He'll put it on.
Tom, who you got in this?
I don't know. I know Young may or may not play right. It doesn't matter. At Lambeau, I think the Packers are going to win.
Chip.
The Packers can't win this game. They got some serious issues. They're not as good as we thought they were. I got the Pack winning.
Packers, 4 across the board for me.
Boykins eats crow again at KTC Broadcasting and has to wear another team's jersey. Panthers win 16-13 over the Packers in Lambeau.
Bad picks.
Hey, not showing what they got on y'all. See me? Will, what happened?
Steve, if your team got beat by the Cleveland Browns
shame.
and the Carolina Panthers in the same season, would you make any more bets?
Listen, I'm already being quiet. Hey, I ain't got a dog in the race. I'm not saying nothing.
I didn't ask about them Cowboys.
It's not a dog, Steve. It's a panther.
Hey. No.
Well, if
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not finna wear nobody as a girl, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
So if you ever pay attention to our show on Saturdays, you'll know when someone's making a bad pick because they start elaborating and giving reasons for this. I know this other guy's wearing a jersey. That's when you know. Oh no.
Hey, trying to justify why they picked.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'll be listening to you.
Well, folks, tune in tomorrow for our bad college and NFL picks. You can hear all of those tomorrow. Saturday Morning Sports Talk.
Who the Packers play this
Will
week?
plays a prominent role tomorrow.
They play Eagles, don't they?
Yeah, they play the Eagles this
Don't
week.
they play the Eagles this week?
Absolutely.
And you know, hey, ain't Packers one of them teams that voted not for them not to do the push?
The push.
Whatever. Was the Packers one of the
I
teams?
mean, it was
I'm not
30
sure.
31 other teams, so it ain't but 32 teams in the league.
All of them did. All right, highlights, guys. We've did Lincoln County. We've done Shelby.
When?
And did we go over any of your highlights? All right. We've done Cherville, right, and West Lincoln. We have done those two. And Huss and Irwin. So let's go over it. We'll show the Shelby highlights, and then we're going to we've got special highlights from Mountain Island and also from somewhere. I gotta look at my sheet somewhere else tonight. Let's see. So you guys want the Shelby ones? That will be under Mr. Jakari Shell, who helped out tonight on the pregame show. I want to thank him for doing a fantastic
former Golden Line
job as well. Yes, sir, and former Bulldog from Gardner Webb. So stayed in the county. Let's see. This is Shelby going up 7-0 on McMichael. Now, Steve, y'all getting beat by these boys.
Woo! Yeah, that's what I said.
That's the freshman?
That's the freshman.
Lord mercy. That boy built for war.
All right, that made it 6-0, 7-0 from Woods. Then McMichael goes Randy Moss on us.
Oh, that's a nice catch.
We'll go back for the folks at home. Check out this catch from McMichael Phoenix. Great. Might be the catch of the night that gave the Phoenix a 8-7 lead at that point. It did not, as Shelby scores just in 17 seconds later, according to the timing on this. Raper with a touchdown.
I think that was the kickoff.
Well, that was the kick. Was the kick return? Yep. There's the kick. Short to the right. And there's 3 defenders over there. You guys block him, and he gone. This one had trouble getting. I think we had trouble getting downloaded. Farmer to Williams, that made it 21-8, and then Farmer to Roseboro right here. Nice little underneath little slant as he squeezes into the end zone. That made it 28-8 Golden Lions. Same play there. All right, then we got a little sideways here. If you'll turn your head just a little bit, you can see Woods go by for another touchdown.
Where y'all been hiding this one at?
He's been playing all year. He started out on JV, but he's not a JV player.
So that made it 42-8. This makes it 56-8. Little pass here from Farmer to Raper. And then he does a good job right here breaking tackles, getting into the end zone. Good block downfield from a receiver. And the Golden Lions punch it in, 56.
Have they got the other touchdown one? Number 11.
I'm not sure. We'll see here in a
There you
second.
go.
Yeah, there he is, Tyler Tate. Little man. He was our MVP one week.
Yes. It's Holland Tech.
Yep. Bounces to the outside, all the way to the corner. Touchdown. And that's going to be the final score.
Actually scored two. He scored two.
It didn't get McMichael's other score. It's going to be 70-14. Final score for the Golden Lions. And next week, Shelby goes to East Rutherford, where we'll have live radio and video coverage of that ball game. You can watch Shelby and East Rutherford here on ktcbroadcasting.com. Other games that we'll have on the broadcast: Cherville at Starmount, West Stanley at Burns, West Henderson at East Lincoln, and the Concord Spiders visit the Crest Chargers next week. We'll also have highlights of one other game, probably Hendersonville and Lincoln is tentatively scheduled as our other game, or we may go to Ford at Newton or Bandy's at Kramer. So we got some good matchups here that we don't have on our actual broadcast next week, and we may have a coverage of one of those games. That Bandy's Kramer game, man, I'd almost want to be at that one. That's going to be a barn burner. There may be 100 points in that one, boys. I'm just going to just go ahead and tell you. All right, how about them Fred T. Ford Tigers? We got highlights, and we're going to start with a marching band as they enter the field. Now, our first highlight is upside down, but I got you. Let the band bring us in. All right, here we go. Upside down highlights. How about we go here? Number 18. This made it 7-0. Nice pass in the back of the end zone. Quarterback for Ford, guys, if you'll notice here in this game, made some beautiful, beautiful passes. One more time. Man in motion right. He's looking back to the left, though. Up and over the top. Touchdown. Ford. They're against Lake Norman Charter. Here's Lake Norman Charter with a nice little run. Let me get back to straight up for you, not upside down. Kick is good. The Knights cut it 7-3. Announcer said it too. All right, wide receiver pass. Ends up for a touchdown trick play. Fred T. Ford up 14-3 after the pass. Referee threw that flag 25 yards. See that one more time. Ford will be going on the road next week for a matchup, a rematch with the Newton Conover Red Devils.
Got 4 to go.
Chip, look up that score from this year real quick. Newton Conover Ford. This made it 14-10 as the Knights with the quarterback keeper up the middle. And then the Knights would end up making it 14-13 after this big run, ended up kicking a field goal. And that made it 14-13. 21-13. So Newton Conover beat Ford 35-14 in the previous matchup. So Ford will be visiting the Red Devils just right down the road. Don't have to drive far. No buses needed. No overnight rides for that one. They about could walk. Just drive the tractors and the hay bales. We'll be on down there in just a little bit.
Go to the Western City, take a left.
Go to the Western Sizzling, take a left. Steve, that used to be such a staple of Friday night football back in the day. Well, every time we'd go, and we had the Cherville game and everything, we'd take Scoop Kaiser. We had our away games. Every away game, promise. Before or after we was going to Western. that was. But back then, Newton and Maiden and all them, they were in our conference, if you remember. So that was on the way. All right, this made it 21-19. They go for 2 and fail. And I think that's the final, isn't it? 21-19? Was that the final?
Yeah, that's the final.
So they went for 2 to tie the game. They fail, and Fred T. Ford wins. This is the pass. Let me go back up. This is the last gasp pass to try to win the game on this one, and Ford breaks it up. Might have ain't got a good zoom-in shot. Quarterback rolling left, dodges one, throws it deep. He had a guy, didn't see him. I think he was trying to get to the deep man. And Ford with the victory. And they'll be at Noon Conover next Friday night. All right, so those highlights. Who am I missing? We've done Shelby. Let me look at my sheet. Y'all seen West Lincoln, right? We've seen Shelby.
Yep.
We've seen Cherryville.
Yep.
We've seen Ford.
Yep.
We've seen Huss and Irwin.
Yep.
Who am I missing?
North Lincoln.
That's it. Somebody to one more of these games somewhere. Who am I missing, Chip? I just named everybody.
Kings Mountain.
Simone, where did he go?
What about North Lincoln?
That was it. Mountain Island Charter and the Elkin Buck and Butts. I did not send anybody to Oak Grove this week. We wanted the Buck and Bucks highlights.
Buck and Bucks.
And here we go. That was our special treat this week. I had Irwin highlights and the Buck and Bucks for you guys. All right, guys. How about Mountain Island taking it to? Oh, it's the Elkin Buck and Bucks.
No, it's the Elkin Buck and Elks.
You sure?
Absolutely.
Pull the scoreboard.
It might be. Pull the scoreboard up. So this is going to be Mountain Island taking a 6-0 lead over Elkin, and yeah, they were here all. But Elkin, Buck, and Elks. And it was going to be ugly all night. Elkin is in the white. Mountain Island in the blue. This is a nice little pass here. Caught him in the back of the end zone for the touchdown.
So they playing that now.
Yep.
That's in Belmont, up Mahali.
Roughly 140, yeah, of that area. I don't know exactly their exact address. Big sack for the Raptors. Here.
They're Gaston County School.
Yeah, it is Gaston. It's Gaston Charter. All right, here's a nice little run, and then Will said he got tackled 4 yards in the end zone. The kid slipped.
In there.
Whoop.
He done scored twice. Still got tackled.
All right, how about this passing catch? 34-0. Shamon Ford with a touchdown.
Go to the offense.
That's what we were discussing, Steve. Who gets this touchdown?
Well, he scored before
Yeah.
they wrapped it up.
Yeah.
He scored. He caught the ball right before he.
Anytime you have simultaneous.
Right. And then it's not simultaneous possession because he caught the ball, went in the end zone.
Steve, I'm just glad that Will agrees that Dez called it.
Number 14 caught.
Dez called it, didn't he, Will? Dez catch that ball?
No.
Look at me. Hey, we're debating the ear hole.
How about Shamon Ford with a pick six?
There's no debate on the ear hole.
Oh my goodness! What a pick!
What a pick!
Like he was only like 10 yards in front of him. Whoop! Runs it back, jumps over a guy. Defensive play of the night. Shamon Ford, the pick six to the touchdown. Although Cherryville had 9 defensive plays tonight. See if we got a highlight here. We lost him on there, but
I like the fumble, but it never was a fumble.
Demetrius Wheeler gets on the board for Elkin on this one, and we didn't get a good shot of it. So, yeah, the blocked punt fumble was a good one. All right, folks. Well, there's your highlights for the night. Now, I've got, y'all ready? Next week's matchups.
Go for it.
I think
Playoffs?
Playoffs?
What are you talking about, playoffs?
All right.
Playoffs.
Let's see if I can do this right.
We're just trying to win a game.
I said to somebody the other day, they threw that on me. I was like, all right, you're right. You're right. All right, let's go.
Hey, Jim Moore.
Here we go. Here's next week's matchups, boys. Best I can do. All right. In the 1A and 2A, Cherville will be at Starmount. Mountain Island will be at Allegheny.
Let's make some bad picks.
Hayesville will be at East Wilkes.
Let's make some bad picks from
Thomas
football.
Jefferson Griffons at 3 and 7 get a first round bye and home game.
Wow. Nothing
Only-
like rewarding mediocrity.
Only 2 teams in the 1A West
It's the American way.
had a winning record in the playoffs. Only 2 teams in the 1A West had a winning record in the playoffs. All right, so there's your 1A, 2A matchups. Up in the 3A, that's our top left quadrant here, or I don't know what if it's a quadrant or not on our sheet here for the folks watching at home. Number 16, West Lincoln will go to number 1, Mountain Heritage. Number 9, Hendersonville at number 8, Lincoln. Number 12, West Davidson Dragons will be at number 5, Providence Grove. Number 13, East Surrey Cardinals at number 4, North Stanley Comets. Number 19, Union Academy Cardinals win tonight and upset with a victory, and they will go to Eastern Randolph next week. That Wheatmore was the final chip, so Wheatmore did win, and they will go to Walkertown. How east is Walkertown?
This side of Winston-Salem.
We played them last year, I think.
Shelby gets East Rutherford. East Rutherford gets the bye and then gets to welcome the Golden Lions. We'll have that live video and 2 different radio
That's
stations.
gonna be a good ball game.
Thomasville squeaks
half.
by Chase tonight. I heard that well. At Mountain Airy, Granite Bears have your number 2 seed in the 3A. So West Lincoln again will go to the number 1 seed Mountain Airy next week. So it's all mostly chalk there across the board all tonight. In the 4A, 16 West Stokes at 1 Brevard. Burns gets West Stanley. That's they're not the 9 seed. I didn't fix that yet. They upset who'd they upset tonight? Lexington. 24-22 for only their 3rd win of the season. Bulldogs host the West Stanley Colts next Friday night. Tuscola will be at Mount Pleasant. West Iredale advances to face Pisgah. Rematch of an earlier season matchup. Newton Conover won 35-14 over Ford. Guess what? Whoever wins that one will get Maiden. All conference matchup. If they win over North Surrey, Maiden's the 6th seed, and they will be hosting the 11th seed, the North Surrey Greyhounds. So we could have a rematch of that Newton Conover Maiden game a few weeks ago. And folks, put 100 points on the board.
My wife.
Bandy's at Kramer. Bandy's at Kramer next week. If you want to see a game, you want your neck to hurt like a tennis match, go see this game. I'm not sure either team's going to tackle anyone, but there's going to be 100 points. It's got to be the over-under almost, or 90 or something in this ball game. Then we got the RS Central Hilltoppers going up to High Brighton. Panthers better be ready. Now, check that one, Chip, see if they're conference matchups.
Yeah,
I think they did play already.
They're in the same conference.
Okay. We'll check that score and let you guys know that one as well. Chip's Irwin Warriors get the Red Bone next week in Belmont. They come back down to Gaston County. They took care of one team tonight, Huss, awful easily. They get South Point next week.
Yeah, but Chip, they down 14 already. So I'm
Tell
telling
them
you
to
now.
get there early so you can try to run that off the scoreboard real quick.
West Rowan at Monroe. West Henderson at East Lincoln will play the winner of Concord at Crest. So Crest could be hosting the East Lincoln Mustangs in 2 weeks. That could be a fantastic game. High Brighton beat RS 45-26 earlier this year. So 45-26. So there's a chance. RS Central's got a chance. They put some points on them. They've proven it. They just got to make a couple stops here and there. But East Lincoln and Crest, that could be a fantastic matchup that we guys have on the matchup. Yeah. Hickory will host Montgomery Central, who upset someone tonight. And they'll play the winner of Forest Hills and Franklin.
I'm going to call them Montgomery Gentry for the rest, as long as they're alive in the playoffs.
Montgomery Gentry. The Timberwolves Let's see. Oak Grove will be at North Cabarrus. They'll play the winner of North Davidson and Robinson. In the 6A, St. Stephen's will be number 1 Watauga. Number 9 Reynolds will be at number 8 Charlotte Catholic. Number 12 Olympic will be at number 5 Sun Valley. And number 13 Southeast Guilford will be at Freedom. Statesville at Ashbrook. Dudley at Ashboro. Kings Mountain at Robertson. And Asheville Cougars will visit the Northern Guilford Nighthawks.
Now, that's a good ride.
Yeah, it is. All right, guys. As far as next week's games, any you're looking forward to? Everybody be quiet there real quick. All right. Anybody got can Hendersonville?
I think the game next week obviously is going to be East Rutherford and Shelby.
Yeah.
I can't believe that game is happening so early in the playoffs. That to me would have been a Western final type game.
Yeah, East Rutherford knocking off Reedsville last year.
Yeah,
See, that's just luck of the straw. You got to play who they.
Yeah, I mean, and I understand. I understand that, but
it'll be a tall test for our guys, but we'll be ready.
Well, Dennis,
we'll
you guys at the 4 seed for Crest, in our power poll, I had you guys ahead of South Point. They get the 1 seed,
right?
Out of everything.
They said they said the strength of schedule. I looked it up. And I wonder how did that happen when you done shut up Chris shut them out. But they said
zeros.
They said the strength of schedule was those
Steve,
the scores matter nothing.
In the same conference, how can their schedule be stronger than Crest, who beat the teams in the conference?
Because of the non-conference.
Yeah, it's the non-conference.
Wait a minute, is Weddington a pushover?
Well, it's not that. It's the record. Burns was what this year? 5-5. Yeah. And Shelby was what? What was y'all's record this year?
The two
Burns was 6-4.
Right. So Shelby 6-4, Burns 5-5.
No, we were 73.
Or 73. They were 6-4. So those were those records. Crest played
7-8.
Weddington,
7-8.
Who lost 1 game. It doesn't matter if you're 7. It doesn't matter if you're 3 or 4. All it is what your record is. None of that matters. Your score don't matter. Don't matter if you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All that matters is the opponent's winning percentage.
Okay, yeah.
So it's better to knock off. It's better to play a 1A team that's 8-0 than it is to play a 6-3 Weddington team in a 7A.
I will
based on North how North Carolina works.
They got a fifth seed, right?
I will say
East Link is the 5.
I appreciate that they are attempting to try to do something. Start with some kind of objective formula. There needs to be more tinkering with it.
It won't be like this next year.
No,
I don't understand it because guys, you remember back when Shelby won the state championship. I think maybe then the next year. I think we was undefeated in Canton Pisgah. Remember? That was the number 1 seed. So we had to go to Canton Pisgah.
Yeah.
You remember? I don't.
So for example, at a conference, South Point played Hickory, who lost 1 game. You guys lost 4. So that's all that matters in the rankings. It doesn't matter one bit who you played, who beat you, or won. That's all that matters. That they lost 1, y'all lost 4. So that's all that matters with the RPI. So that's why South Point's rated higher. They played Robertson, who they beat, and Robertson is 7-3. So there's 16 wins right there.
South Point beat Hickory, right?
Yep. And then they played Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant ended up 7-3. So that's why their RPI is higher, is that the opponent's winning percentage. The worst team they played was Ambassador Christian School. We went 5-4-1. And that counts as the same thing as playing Burns at 6-4. So it doesn't matter who you play. The only thing that matters is your opponent's record, Steve. I'm telling you, that's the formula.
Okay,
that is the formula.
Even at that, how did they get a 4th seed, though? What about
who?
Crest. It's their 4th seed.
Oh, why you're the 4 now? I can't explain that. They took the RPIs down, by the way. Somebody tried to find them.
I'll tell you,
it should be up. It should be up so you can look at them.
I agree with Will wholeheartedly about the East Rutherford Shelby game. That's just something. It'll be fun next week. It's just surprising that matchup's so early in the playoffs. The other game that I mentioned to y'all, just with a little bit of background knowledge on both of these teams, Kings Mountain and Robertson. That could be a shootout.
And don't be surprised if Robertson doesn't walk away with a win.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You got to go.
Either way,
that's
it could go either way. Either one of these teams could put up a whole bunch of points on the other one, and you could see one out sprint the other one on the scoreboard. And it could go. I think that's a toss up game, and I think it's going to be a fun game.
We did 7-on-7 with them up in West Henderson. They got a great coaching staff, and they're gonna run the ball. They're gonna run it right at you.
So looking at you're talking about East Rutherford. They had a scheduling issue this year, being able to get some competitive teams to play against. And then when we talk about, well, it doesn't even matter if it's competitive. It's better to play a team that's 10-1 in 1A than it is to play a 7-3 Weddington team.
Well, the thing you have to be careful with that too, Kevin, is in classification, yes, but you can't just look for any 1A team.
No, yeah, they have to be a good.
You still
got to have a good record.
You got to look for like a Corbian or somebody like that. Yeah.
So
you trying to tell me?
Mm-hmm.
We're just trying to be fair. I'm a Shelby man, but I'm a Cleveland County man too. So you trying to tell me there's 4 teams in the West better than Crest?
Based on their records.
That's not what they're saying.
That's not what it's based off of.
That's not what it is, Steve.
That's not what it's based off of.
Well, it's all based on your opponent's records.
They're trying to be objective because we're going to sit here and the careful thing or the thing we got to be careful about with that, Steve, is that it starts becoming college football on who you think's better than who. And I commend them for at least giving an objective formula that that's equal across the board for everybody to be judged by. You might not agree with the number that comes out on that formula, and that's perfectly fine up for debate. The one thing I will commend them on is that formula is uniform across the board for every team.
Steve, I'm going to give you this. I'm going to use Shelby as the example rather than Crest, so I won't be a homer. Y'all are a better team than your record. East Rutherford has a better record. I don't consider that East Rutherford is going to be dominating Shelby based on their ranking. Shelby and East Rutherford will be, as we say, a slobber knocker. You can throw out the ranking in this postseason poll, if you will, because Shelby and East Rutherford is going to be down to the final second on that clock. Who wins?
They 9-1 on the team they lost to Ashford the first game 40-36, and they ran the table. I think might be they was undefeated in the conference.
Yep, they lost 40-36. Got that exactly right, Steve. And that's what I was saying is about their signature win is High Brighton.
43-34.
Yep, Steve's got that exactly right. And the rest of it is conference. And like you said, it doesn't matter the quality; it just matters the other team's record is the only thing that matters. And then you guys lost to Shelby.
In that same conference?
Who?
Brevard.
No, they moved out to a different conference.
They moved out. So them and Polk County moved to a different.
Yes,
conference.
Correct. Yes.
And then see, at first East Rutherford were in the conference with us, and they really did it again. Because if they'd have done that, we probably wouldn't have got to play Crest or Kings Mountain.
Right.
Some kind of way they redid the whole thing over again. We were in the county. We were in the conference with the Rutherford County team.
Well, next week we got again 5 broadcasts, technically 6 because we got two at East Rutherford. So Shelby and East Rutherford will have that for you folks. We'll have that for Shelby fans. You can listen to it on the radio. Now I'll give you a tip for you Shelby fans. Is to be smart about this. Watch the Waggy broadcast, okay, and then mute it, and then turn up Brent and Jeff on the KTC broadcasting page. You can do it on the same page if you want to, or bring up 2 tabs in your video folder and do it that way. If you're watching, I guess at your home on your YouTube TV, your big TV, pull up the big TV, then pull up your radio or another computer to get the audio from Jeff and Brent there on the radio, WHS.
I'll just make a one request.
Okay.
Now, you Shelby fans who say you love the Golden Lions, I want to see what that place called, Harold Stadium. I want to see it packed out next week with black and gold. I don't think that our community is supporting Shelby the way they should, because y'all got to realize we've won and we've won, and they expecting us to win. So what about coming up there and supporting us next week?
It's too far to travel, Steve.
Yeah. Well, if you need some gas money, call Will. If you need some gas money, call Will. I'm pretty sure he don't want some betting on Green Bay. So,
well,
but
we got beat by the Panthers last week.
But on a
serious
serious note, people, if y'all listening, I was making a request to come to East Rutherford next week and support the Shelby Golden Lions, please. Thank you.
All right, support all the schools. You know, we've been showing these videos and stuff, and you know, it's some of these schools, you know, they're really picky about, you know, we got to bring money and pay for everything, and we got to sell all the hot dogs we can, and tickets we can, and then you look at some of the other schools, and there's 40 people in the stand. We counted 47 for McMichael, I think, tonight.
And some of those people was from East Rutherford.
Probably.
The ones that was in the red was East
Rutherford
coaching
staff.
staff. It was. That's the East Rutherford coaching staff. For
So
real.
Steve says there's only 35 McMichael fans.
Right.
All right.
And I think one of them was the bus driver.
That's true too. He had to sit somewhere.
Did you charge him, and did he buy a hot dog?
He came in the side gate.
All right, this is before the game out at Cherryville High School. They had a little game day action. We had the food trucks. They had a field goal you could kick at, some Jenga, cornholes, tetherball. This is Juwan, and this is our Tiger. This is JP the Tiger. And he's helping Juwan try it on. So we'll show a little highlights out from there. Trying to show off the belt. Been a while since they've had the belt. I don't know if they've ever had the belt. They might have had it like once or twice.
They've had the belt
when they first started. But there's you a good shot.
It's been a while
of the belt. Let me go back around where I got a good shot of it. But Juwan trying to show off. They're actually two belts. One of them got used quite a bit for a little while, and then they got the new one there. So battle for the belt, brand new there. So there's Juwan and JP. It's a cool little belt, ain't it? This boy's silly.
I was thinking of more of the rock move. The way
he holding on for dear life.
Yeah. All right, so there's some shots from out at the stadium today. Let's see. We had some the cheerleaders did some dances for us or whatever their stuff. Even the teachers got in on it. A couple of them did the stanky leg and the nay-nay.
Huh?
Here's some pregame shots before the game out at Cherryville High School. So we had a good night tonight. The band came by late. Let's see if we got some action from them. Let's hear some band.
Many games tonight. It's just hard to keep up.
Yeah, Tom was running his mouth over the band.
Who's Shelby playing? Did we ever find out where they're located? Yeah, finally. Mayodan, right? Is it Mayodan?
So there's the band stopping by to say hey to us. Nice little fun night tonight. Want to thank everybody at Cherryville for inviting us out. And there's Rusty Wise walking by saying hello. But good night out at Cherryville. Congratulations to the Ironman. They'll be traveling to Startown next week. All right, let's give some final scores. And then
Thanks Startown to let y'all do
Star Mount. I said Startown. I'm thinking the street up the road.
You going to Maiden?
Yeah, you on the road.
Not going the right way.
Yeah.
Do you think what, Steve? Will, what was you asking?
Think Star Mount to let you do a video next
All right,
week?
so video in the playoffs, if folks are asking about that, the rules are, I don't know if that school has a deal with the athletics, if the National Federation. So if they have a deal with them, then they'll be doing their own thing. If they don't have a deal with the National Broadcasting, we can actually purchase the rights. The problem is the High School Athletic Association this year decided to quintuple the cost from last year. Three. It's only 3 times, not 5 times. $100 is the radio is $100. If you want video, it's $500 now. It was $150 last year. So 3 times they've jacked it up. Some of the local schools, Steve, are asking $1,000 for us to broadcast your games. So if we wanted to come do a Shelby or Crest game, it's at least $1,000 to do video at those schools. Just letting you know the price that we've been told. But $500, the state says it's $500. Last year, in the past 10 years, it's only been $150. That's why we've been able to do them. So We will not have video at Starmount. We will have video for Shelby and East Rutherford. It's a combined broadcast. We can get help with the cost a little bit and afford to do that. And then for Burns, we do have a special advertiser that purchases and pays for the Burns broadcast. So we want to thank them next week. So if we had a special Crest or special Shelby advertiser that's willing to put up the $500, we would be more than happy to do your games. But until then, we will do the radio version of those games. But next week, like I said, you do have video of Shelby and East Rutherford next week and the Burns game, so you'll be able to catch them. No video for East Lincoln and West Henderson, or Crest and Concord, or Cherville and Starmount. But I will have highlights, Steve. So does that answer your question, sir?
I reckon.
That's not what you want to hear. All right, I'll let you guys do the scores here, and then we'll get out of here in just a few moments. Let Chip sit down and handle this. Big night tonight. Next week again, folks, we've got Shelby at East Rutherford, Cherville Starmount, West Stanley at Burns, West Henderson at East Lincoln, and Concord at Crest.
All right.
And also Kings Mountain, driving up the mountain to Robertson.
All right, we're going to wrap up these scores here. Go down them real quick. I'll start on the left side. Dennis, you to the middle. Guys, you know what we're doing. All right. Final scores. We have all finals across the board. West Lincoln defeats North Wilkes 42-13. Hendersonville shuts out East Davidson 50-0. West Davidson defeats the Patriots of Madison 36-14. It was East Surrey over Polk County 35-15. Union Academy defeats Charles D. Owen 24-14. Wheatmore defeats West Wilkes 21-14. Shelby with the big win over McMichael 70-14. Those Phoenix are not resurrecting from the dead. Thomasville defeats Chase 14-7. The Cherville Ironmen victorious at home at Rudersville Stadium, big over South Stokes 55-12. Mountain Island Charter bucks the Elks 40-7. Is Hayesville over Highland Tech 41-7, and North Rowan defeats Avery County 55-10.
All right, we have West Stokes Wildcats tonight over Forbush Falcons 39-3. We have the West Stanley Colts over the Lexington Orange Jackets tonight 24-22. We have the Tuscola Mountaineers 13 and the East Burke Cavaliers 6. We have West Iredale Warriors 45, Ashe County Huskies 0. We had the Fred T. Ford Tigers 20.
Tigers.
Do what?
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
My apologies to LSU.
They might be missing him right about now, Dennis. Keep going.
That's great. All right. We've got Fred T. Ford 21 and Lake Norman Charter 16. We have the North Surrey Greyhounds 40 and the Salisbury Hornets 26. We've got the Bandy Trojans 71 and the South Rowan Red Raiders 14. We've got the RS Central Hilltoppers 48, Wilkes Central 6. We've got the Albemarle Bulldogs 21 and the Cherokee Braves 15. We've got the Mitchell Mountaineers 51 and the Langtree Prep Lions 13. And in a close one tonight, St. Stephen's Indians 24, Mount Tabor Titans 23. We've got the AC Reynolds Rockets 56 and the South Caldwell Spartans 0. Take it away, Will.
Yes, Will. Thank you.
All right. So we have the Irwin.
Go Tigers. Go Will.
So Irwin Warriors 49, Hunter Huskies 21. It was West Rowan over South Guilford 41-23. West Henderson over East Rowan 42-7. It was Concord Spiders over Forest View 29-28. Montgomery Gentry
Thank you, Will.
30. Carson 7. Forest Hills 40. Smoky Mountain 28. Oak Grove 30. North Lincoln 8. North Davidson 46. North Henderson 8. A lot of 8s on that side.
Yeah.
Kings Mountain 28. Ben L. Smith 14. Statesville 28. Alexander Central 3. Central Cabarrus 38. South Gifford 10. And Dudley 35. And Glenn 14.
Okay, Will, I owe your wife an apology. It was Arsenio Parks, y'all, that scored the touchdown in 2005, and not Tavares Jolly.
Yeah.
I remember it was a fullback dive straight up the gut. So my apologies to you, Miss Balkins. Don't be mad at me.
All right. Thank you, Coach. All right, guys. Any last words, any last thoughts as we wind down? No.
Listen, let me shameless plug here. My family just put out our first single this past week. It's called Faith and Love. You can find it on YouTube or wherever you stream your music, Apple Music, whatever. So if y'all don't mind, go check out Faith and Love. It's the Borkins family.
Were you singing on it?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's
You don't want to tune in.
No
then.
knocks. I'm not gonna knock it. Don't knock it till you try it. So
Congratulations.
Thank
all
you.
right.
Thank you.
Well done, Will. So, all right, guys, appreciate it as always. Thank you for tuning in this evening to the Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell post-game show on behalf of the KTC Broadcasting family. Kevin Hastings, Will Boykins, Dennis Davis, Coach Steve DeGree. I'm Chip Carter. Tune in tomorrow for the Shock Jocks, 8 to 10:15. We'll see you later. Thank you, JP.
Go Lions. Go Lions. Go Lions.
We're out.
I feed my linemen pancakes. For all they blocks are pancakes. Push you around like all night. End of the game, get your handshakes, huh? My helmet on. Pass strap tight.
The greatest hits of all time. True oldies are on